Hey there guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Last time we left off, we spoke with Aura Blackwell, who is indeed the older sister of Simon Blackwell, and she really doesn't like the whole legal system in general. Lawyers, prosecutors, everything about it. Nope. Big no-no to her. And she apparently saw the actual murder happen, but it was still too dark to see who the real culprit was. And, well, Apollo took his leave of absence. He's gonna apparently try find a killer his own way. I just hope it all goes alright. So, let's continue on. Oh, no even, like, little talking before the court. We're just going right in there. I was about to say, where is the judge? Didn't see him in there. I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something. Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. Oh, yes, my apologies. I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first the courtroom exploded, and then Mr. Tenate self-destructed. Poor judge. I guess that's one way of just describing what happened to Tenate. Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tenate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense. Do you have any understanding of what has happened in the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Yep, very well. Is the prosecution also ready? I take it you'd like me to give the opening statement this time. Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. He can say he's something of a veteran of sorts. Well, let's see. In the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Terran, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center, and on the rocket itself. The two astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor reached the boarding lounge. And... well, how could a victim climb down a ladder if he was carrying the defendant? Well, that was a mystery that needed to be solved. Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct. So that means the testimonies of the first two people on the scene are suspect. Yep. That would be Arm and Cosmos, right? So it doesn't look like we can fully trust, well, Arm is killed, or is dead, so, maybe it's Yuri Cosmos, who knows? And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred, and the trial was put on hold. That accused fellow. He killed my witness! He killed Detective Arm! He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Well, nevertheless, the defense argues that there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
Objection!
To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. There was no third person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man.
Objection!
Come on. He's like only 30-something. We'll see who's the dotard after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy. Dotard, whatever. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. You know, I just loved how Phoenix said years of experience when he only had like probably 3.5 years experience before, you know, the whole incident happened and him leaving the business for like 7 or how many years. So yeah. They saw a third person. Oh, this could get interesting. I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right, I almost forgot that Aura's Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter. She didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there was no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Director Cosmos, huh? Very well. Bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. Oh, please tell me he's going to be on a scooter. He is! He brought it in. Why, I believe I sent you in before the newspapers. Oh, of course you have. Of course you have. For I am Yuri Cosmos. We have both similar voices. I can't do old man voices. Director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was, of course, named after me, Yuri Cosmos. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me?
It looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging.
7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat 1, and... Oh, damn. He's like, shut him up. Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I'm trying to hold back my tears of seeing such a great man standing before me. So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? Ha ha ha! I see this fine young lad has a proper appreciation of greatness. Then allow me to begin my... what? Paco testimony. Words. That'll be recorded in annals? Oh, oops. That's not right.
Pharaoh, you nasty.
Annals of history. Oh boy. Alright, so people are gonna get on me about that one.
That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell was just now. It sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos.
Oh, he was. It's probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head. Now then, Director Cosmos, a condensed version of your illustrious testimony. Please, illustrious. Oh boy, let's see what he has to say regarding what he saw at the scene. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Terran lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. I see. So, in your testimony you claim, you arrived at the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Oh, the horror, the humanity! I had said, but what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action in taking the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger, risking my own life for theirs.
Well, what do you know? It sounds like the director really cares about his men.
Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away. Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm gonna have to press him and draw out more information before I do anything else. Well, that was very blatant in what we had to do. Just freaking cross-examine or press. So, there was one he said they peeked in. I want to know more about that. See, we went via the control room and peeked in. So, why the hell not? Let's see. According to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to boarding lounge 1. It looks like you could have gone through the southern corridor as well. Well, yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me toward the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door, and... You didn't have to follow her, did you? Oh, whatever. I saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge, a chair lying on the floor. I hate to say, but I can only imagine. Okay, how about, why do you only imagine it must be Starbuck? Aura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see his figure's face clearly? No, not clearly. The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. Other than that, I could see little else. That's why I could see Taryn. That's why I could see Taryn, but I couldn't see who the other person was. So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck. Isn't that correct? I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder. Objection! When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third party there. Person. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there by that time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and the figure vanished. You mean it disappeared? That's odd. Objection. The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he felt her for a feigned unconsciousness. Hold on! Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene? Just for a brief instant. About as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time. What escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way. Objection. All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Oh, well... If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon and for what we've done to it. Okay. What did we really do to it? We just landed a couple shuttles on there, and I think we still had that flag up there, so, sure. We didn't do too much to it. But I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists? He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss. And he's right. I don't have any proof yet. Still, the southern door is a possible escape route. I better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes? Why did you look away from the boarding lounge? Aha! There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms saw the figure raise her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her. What? You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? I imagine her instincts are as the detective told her that they were to kill her. I don't know about that. Hey, you were able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun. Well, I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then... she fired 2 warning shots at a shadowy figure. This information about Detective Arm's actions sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony. And right off the bat, that new testimony is saying that she fired 2 warning shots. Now wait, that can't be right, because according to the bullet hole here, well, there's only a single bullet hole is only found. And we only have 1 bullet that we found. So, 2 warning shots? That can't be right. Objection! Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing? You doubt my words? Words that will someday be written down in history books? Is he seriously revving it up? Oh my god, it sounds like my freaking snowblower. Oh god, oh no, I used that damn thing way too much this damn winter. Ugh. Somehow, I don't think those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand?
You say Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, and yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene.
What?
Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor will allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book.
Objection!
It happens, though, here and there. Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirm that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Objection!
But there's only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to then?
Yeah! You should know the answer to that already.
I should?
During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Well, it appears that the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as Detective Arm's gun.
What? 38? What?
Well, struck by a bullet.
Now, it's already contradictory because we have the other bullet, which I believe was from a 10 caliber. So I was like,
The rifling marks also match up. There's no question the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun.
So, there.
Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprints are on a bullet, correct? Or ballistic markings, whatever you want to call it. And examining the rifling marks on a bullet can tell us if the gun was fired from. One of the bullets with Detective fire found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots.
My beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone. So that bullet hole is from a .38 caliber, huh? I better update the record.
Okay. Very good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions?
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything that happened after? Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? I would say no, it doesn't. But before I actually continue on, I just want to take a quick look at some stuff. So, we still down this bullet, which was on the gutter along the south wall, came from 10 caliber, and now this saying the only bullet hole found in the boarding lounge is made by a .38 caliber, and here's the bullet itself. Next to the oxygen tank, which is struck by a bullet. Okay. Just want to take a quick look at that. All right, so does it really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? I don't know about that. No, actually, no, it doesn't, because we still have the other. We just talked about right now is the bullet, the one that we found in the gutter. It's a 10 caliber one. So where'd that come from? So it doesn't clear up everything. No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun, but that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person.
Oh. Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
And once again, that goes back to the bullet itself, because it was coming from 10 caliber.
Take that!
And what is this metal pellet supposed to be?
It's just a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor.
You found it where?
In a floor gutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and the prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's .38 calibers. Then that means... Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had that gun could have fired 10 caliber bullets. Grink? Oh, whatever. I guess he's kind of short, Dr. Cosmos. Or maybe. If that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. This third person fired Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Ha 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 ha! It looks like you introduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. Well, what's this now? Okay, I don't know why you didn't tell us that earlier. What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before. Well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know? Oh, he's gonna be mad. Ugh, foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along. Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom, you're just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here. Now please give accurate testimony. Huh. Okie dokie. You know what, guys? Let's hear what he has to say in the next episode, guys. I mean, this episode, good, decent length, anyway. Still really can't put the pieces together, though. I mean, why would he even hide the aspect of the third party? I don't know. We'll see what's up, though. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and Dual Destinies. I'll see you guys later.